Okay, welcome to Track Feedback. It's Wednesday. Time to play some music and go through some grown out of minimal remixes. I probably have some announcements to make, but I don't know what they are, so I'll say them later. I do know what they are, but hey. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Got a lot of tracks today. Turn off my phony on. And we're starting off with the AFL remix 3.5. There's that. Okay. Oh, John, good. You're on first. You're here. We got DJ Waters, Mr. Melvis. I thought you weren't going to be here, but you're here. Okay. Got Jens. I got your tracks for today. Oh, cool. Matt Schultz, Martin, Sheppers. And I want to grab my changelog notes. I like the sound of this one. It sounds like a little bit different. And I appreciate the change in the form. Let me push this level up. The beat section feels good. I think I have a comment about how they come in, or how it comes in. But let's let this roll for a little bit. And it looks like 7 minutes, so I think I'm gonna have to skip out. But I wanna hear the transitions. So far it's smooth. The structure is like, it's cool. It's like one genre, and it feels like it's flowing through. So that's good. The kick drum sounds better. It's like just nice individual kicks. Okay, before we continue, I want to go to the first drop. We've got a nice long intro. I'm feeling like there should be something faster coming in to get people really amped up to be excited for when the beat drops. Because right now it could be just like, it could be a chill out track and you might not know that it's gonna go into DNB. So, like at 131, when you drop that fast beat, people should know it's coming. So I'm wondering if starting from around here, could you bring in a fast hi-hat that's coming in to indicate something double time is gonna come in? Like something like fast coming in. And then, drum and bass is like technically complex. There's a lot of like variations and things coming in. So around here, like a little run up. Something like that to let us know that like a breakbeat's gonna drop and just kind of amplify the excitement around 1:20 before 1:30 drop. Now we're in the nice deep ambient zone. And I'm gonna kind of fast forward through. Let's say this is still the middle. like how the synths are growing. The background synth pad is really coming up. Okay, more high frequency on that Amen drum break. You could really pull out the crispy tops on that. And this is a sick break, I like it. That's cool, that stereo break is good. Oh, this is interesting. I would even take that high drum break on top and add, like copy it and put some distortion on there to get the high frequencies with distortion, so it's a bit of... Yeah, I like the drum sounds you chose on this. Now this sounds like a jungle record from... I like how the breaks are varied. It's not like a really predictable loop. I'm gonna push up the high frequencies. Yeah, man, I'm feeling this now. It's solidly in one genre, and the ending really delivers like this boost. Okay, now we're coming out to the ending part. Oh, cool, man. That was a nice surprise in here. That shit was sounding good. However, after such a hyper period, when the... Then right here, at 604, it's too soon to go back into the slow drum beat, so what I would do is make this area, change the kick drum and snare pattern so you still have a fast DNB rhythm. Because when people are playing this part, ideally they're going to be mixing another drum and bass record in on top of this. So I would really keep a fast beat, like at 601, where is that? Okay, at 603, keep the fast pattern of kick and snare and a hi-hat without the like the Amen type of cymbals break, so that we have like another 8 or 16 bars of like hard drum and bass beats that people could mix a record out of. And then after that, switch down to this more of like the ambient reference beats. That little clink too. At 644, that little, what is that? That's a great sound. Good sound design. And the ending, cool. So the main things I would do are just kind of structurally of like where you put the emphasis. So at the beginning, get something to indicate we're gonna bring in and drop some fast beats so people are really excited for that drop and they know it's coming. Right there. And this part basically worked. And the middle section. Yeah, and then on the outer part, 604. Keep the DNB pattern going a little bit longer. Let us know if that makes sense. I hope that's useful and not too critical. This sounds really good. This part, I'm like, if I dropped the needle in the middle of a record and heard this, I would just be like, I'm gonna play this. Yeah, this part right here. That is solid. I want to hear Ed 808 on this. I would like to have some of Ed's feedback on what to do with the high frequencies or processing tricks. So EQ back to flat. Put some distortion on YouTube. So I don't know, do I need to do these in any kind of order? We got Mindbender with some masters and remixes and Mr. Melvis. So let's start with the Spanish Delight version 1. I believe this is a new mix. Check this out. I like this direction Melvis has been going in. The hell is that? All right. Like the piano coming in. Shepherds, that's right. Let people know early on that what the meat of the track looks like. Todd, I think we got to okay, let's let this play. This is cool. Great melody. Okay, on the guitar part, I know I want to listen to this and just chill, but I want to make it useful too. So let me give a couple technical things. On the guitar part, I'm feeling like the melody, this one and the one after it, have a lot of dynamic range. The loudest plucks are pretty loud. The attack is pretty intense on those. And then the other notes are like feeling more subtle, which is a perfect illustration of where you want to use a compressor to take the loudest notes down and raise up the quieter ones, so the average level of what we're hearing through the guitar is just the melody, the tone of the instrument, and the line that's being played, and not the like, oh, that one was loud. So to do that, I would use a compressor about 4:1 ratio with an attack time about 35 milliseconds or something, so you don't kill the transient, let some of it through, and then bring the threshold down pretty far so you can, and watch as the whole melody plays to see how the threshold is getting hit for all the notes. And I would bring the threshold down enough that even the quiet notes are hitting a little bit of gain reduction, and the louder notes are kind of hitting a lot of gain reduction, and then boost up some makeup gain, and then follow that with a limiter, something like that, to even out the layers. And while I'm pausing, kick drum, I think, can use some EQ between 150 and 250. If the kick part feels a little bit like moof, moof. And now let's let it roll. Oh, you just put it together this morning. All right, awesome. Good. So those are a couple of notes that you can just jump into and work on. I love the feel. Feel is great. Bass line's cool. Piano, melody, atmospheric synth, good instrumentation for the mix. The instrument group mix together. I like how the piano is playing in a lower register on the instrument, so the bass notes and the piano notes are sort of merging in the low mids. Good sweep. So are you playing all the instruments on this, or did you get a guitar line from Splice or something? What are you playing on here? I'm curious. Yeah. Aha, guitar is from a sample. Okay, gotcha. Around this part, it wouldn't hurt to add a percussion layer, like a tambourine kind of thing, or a kind of like a slow hand percussion, like an egg shaker, like chicka 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 chicka, or like chicka to kind of like just bring in a new percussion energy in that last 1/3. Yeah, because now I'm getting a little antsy. I'm like, all right, we're hearing a solo for a really long time. If you change the percussion a bit and make some variation in the drums, it'll make it less of like watching somebody practice guitar soloing, I guess. If nothing else changes, then the focus is only going to be on the guitar melody. That's what I'm saying. That's a good down sweeper there. Nice, and then bringing it down to a close. I'm just EQing down some of the top of the piano just to hear what it might sound like with a little bit of a less bright tone. So that will be a fun track to mix because you have the bass line, the piano, the synth, and the guitar lead clearly in order. Like bass is the lowest frequencies, piano is the lower mids, the ambient synth is middle of the mids and can be wide, and then the guitar melody can be on the high frequencies and more centered in the middle. So it comes centered in the middle and then goes wider, and then the bass is mono again. So it's nice when somebody picks sounds that are naturally divided into their own frequency ranges. So it's pretty easy to just kind of like basically use a little bit of filter and EQ to put them all into a mid-range group. And all right, looks like you know what to do on this one. So let's keep going and check out the Melvis and Mindbender Experience. Close your mouth, Rev 1. I'm gonna check my change log. Whoa, dusty beats, I love it. Yeah, I agree with DJ Waters on there. The guitar is coming in like busting loud. That sub is cool though. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta turn on the fan in here. Okay, I like the level of the vocal. It's a loud mix. I like the level of the vocal. Dustier, more lo-fi version. Yeah, I guess bringing the guitar down is the first thing I need to really feel differently. Bass line is cool, sub is cool. Drums are great. Love the bass line. gonna pause and do something. Watch this. Here's where I think the drums sound good, with the faders up at this level, to really keep all that cool sound and grit. And when the guitars come in, I'm pulling the faders like 10 dB down. So I like everything about the sound of the guitar. It's just that I don't get the drums as loud as I want, basically. That was the point I was trying to make. Or I wanted to hear that dusty stuff again from the beats. Solid low end, down to 37. Okay, now we go on the ride. Stoner rock. It's got that hypnotic feel. I'm like, oh shit. Definitely. How about a little more of a cymbal crash at 343? Yeah. Like in a band presentation, this is what the lead guitar would actually sound like, with a person with a guitar amp on stage, stepping forward, spotlight on, blasting the orange amp or whatever they got. But within the context of beats and bass, that presentation of the lead guitar is kind of too much up, especially because, you know, when we're in the groove with this beat and the synth is like, like the bass line and beats, it's hard to really sit in the beats and groove like a stoner when the guitar is that loud. So I guess you probably understand that note pretty well by now. Yeah, let it roll. Sustain. Oh, nice ending. I like that part. Cool, man. I think honestly, if you just bring the whole guitar group down a bit, and then maybe push the drums a little bit, that's going to be done. That sounds good. And the texture, each sound is like such a gritty, buzzy, like the tone of the bass, the tone of the drums, and the guitar sound and everything. Oh, Neil Young tribute at the end. Cool. Yeah, everything about the sounds is really cool. So a little bit of a mix adjustment. And let's check Midnight Mix. Was this a mastered version that we're... No, let me check the notes on this. That's that one with that chord. Okay, so it's a different mix sound and a little bit of melody updates. We were talking about the D sharp and the D natural in here, I think. That vocal sounded good. I feel that the piano is kind of darker and warmer, which is good. That buzzing is new, that's cool. this is mastered. Okay. I like the feel of the flute.
We go out like a flame in the lights. Feel the heat from the fire inside. We go out and take over the night. Keep it burning, keep it burning. We go out like a flame in the lights.
The way that percussion came in was perfect. Just a little extra.
We go out and take over the night. Keep it burning, keep it burning. We go out and take over the night.
Effects. Oh, everything is good about this one.
Feel the heat from the fire inside. Keep it burning, keep it burning. You've been on my mind. I think about you all the time. It was perfect from the start.
I think the vocal reverb is a little bit too wet.
You've been on my mind.
Anybody else feel that?
All the time. It was perfect from the start. When you came and stole my heart.
Maybe I'm being picky, but
I swear I feel you next to me, baby, when you rescue me. The beat goes on. I swear I feel you next to me, baby, when you rescue me. And the beat goes on. I swear I feel you next to me, baby, when you rescue me. The beat goes on. I swear I feel you next to me, baby, when you rescue me.
in the verses there, the vocal reverb sounded okay, but earlier it felt like maybe. I like that effect.
And the beat goes on. And the beat goes on.
Okay. Thanks for the reverb comments. I like how the drums changed right there at 336. Solid groove right here. Yeah. Fix that piano note, that was good. Okay, so you guys wanted the vocal wet on purpose, like being in a small club. I mean, that makes sense. I understand that decision. Also, let me just return to... Let's hear the flute entrance, because I felt the flute was kind of far away, which could be a symptom of a little too much reverb.
When you came and stole my heart, and the beat goes on. I swear I feel you next to me, baby, when you rescue me. The beat goes on. I swear I feel you next to me, baby, when you rescue me.
All right, Todd, thanks for hanging out. Good mixes, man.
I swear I feel you next to me, baby, when you rescue me.
So if you're at the mastering level of this one, I think you're in good shape and it's going to be playable and it's going to sound right. I personally maybe would take I would like to do an experiment and hear the flute with less reverb and maybe like bring the reverb return a little bit lower. But to be specific, it's I like the size of the reverb and the shape and the feel of it and like the decay time and everything about the reverb effect itself. So I'm not talking about changing the sound of the reverb, but just bringing the return level down a little bit relative to the dry. Well, let's see how we end it here. With the Mindbender effects coming in. I love how those drums sound. Whoa. Yo. All right, cool. And you can hear my air conditioner on back. It's getting super hot in Pittsburgh, so I got to keep the AC on with all these lights and everything. That is sounding good. You guys are definitely going in a good direction, and I know you understand the comments, so I'm not going to try and repeat everything because we got somebody else to play. Little DJ goes by the name of DJ Waters. Okay, EQ flat, stereo wide. Here we go. All right, I had the faders up a little louder than we should have. So here we go. Checking the change log, pulled out some vocals, did a little bit of EQing, changed some flow. Oh, good. I hear that lead is quieter. That's good. That was nice. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, man.
Unlock your mind.
All right. Jens, I'll move you up and put Oliver back so that if you have to leave in 30 minutes, we can get through a couple of your tracks. Ian, sounded good so far. Vocals are beautiful. Intro could probably be a little bit louder because I was expecting the beats. The beats came in louder than I was expecting, so I think the whole vocal level in the intro could come up. Whoa. Hold on. This is sounding good. Give it to us, man.
Unlock your mind.
Have diminished, but you can still hear.
Everything is working. Oh, that's so deep. Wait. What were those bottom bumps right there? Wah. I'm gonna check around the low mid area a little bit. So I was just cutting and boosting somewhere down there around 200 or 250. I guess in mastering that could take out some of this part right here.
Unlock your mind.
So there's some space to clean out like that low mid mushy thing of the quook around like 250, which you could just give that off to Piv and say, do this. This is great, man. The flow is cool. It's like a total hard style, but it's not as much chaotic changes in the beat. Like once the beat comes in, you're just getting drilled for like a solid piece of time, which I really like. Good risers. Yeah, man. People are gonna love this. Ooh. All right, we're going back to the beginning, and I'm gonna drop the whole beat with the faders at the same position. This is where they were at for loudness. Vocal's beautiful. French Carnage. The first time we played this, like I pushed it up a lot louder because I thought the vocal was louder and I just wanted the vocal louder. And then once this kicks in, this is good. So I'm guessing basically for that intro part, the vocal could be a bunch louder. Yeah, that high vocal, every place that comes in, my main note is just make that louder. And I like the ending beats too. No. Awesome. I don't know. I mean, 250 hertz area of the lows on the master mix. I don't hear any one particular sound that's like got too much low end. So like the blend of all the low end stuff, somewhere around 250, I think there's space to like have a little EQ dip, raise up the level of the vocal, export it and send it to me. It's amazing to hear your progress. Seriously, it's fun. We don't quite understand what's happening upstairs in the cranial appliance of DJ Waters, but apparently the appliance repairman is doing his work. So, Jens, tell me what you want here, because we got Hogitakt, Envelope, Cambodia, and I think you wanted Nebula first. So I'm going to play Nebula, and let me know if we need feedback on all three of these or which one's most important. Oh, this sounds good right away. Cranial appliance. All right, good. I'm glad that upbeat hi-hat came in. At the beginning, having only the hi-hat. This is a rhythmic comment. At the beginning, I like that little hi-hat sound, but it's happening in the position of a clap or a snare on the... And we're missing a sort of an upbeat. I just grabbed some pencils. Be like if you had that little hi-hat on the upbeat position rather than the clap and snare, I think that would work better. If at the beginning part, if the hi-hat was like on the upbeat and you had a little mini clap or something for the slow section, and then here it comes in with a double time hi-hat. Now it feels like the track has the right groove, because the bass line is going fast at the beginning, but that one hi-hat was like not enough of it. Ooh, we got the green check mark. I like that change a lot. When those pads come in, it's super lush. Now it feels like a really interesting track. A minute ago, it was kind of slow to develop, so this part is great. That melody is perfect too. Spacey, ambient. You can kind of float on top of the beat. That is beautiful. That section is great. Whoa. What was that? Whoop. 331. That was a cool bass. What is that? A little bass pitch bend thing. Zoop. One more time. $347. Wow, 3 minutes already. That could use a little bit of a small crash kind of sound when the beat comes back in, I think. I do like those little signals of a rhythmic entrance. Man, yeah, the atmosphere on this is cool. It's ticka 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 ticka. Okay, so that bass riser thing is a reverse kick. Yeah, of course. Let me just go back here and compare. How did we get here? All right, so we're at like a minute 57. Okay. I'm thinking how I would mix this track in with the set. Cutting out the lows, bringing in like the main synth as what you hear. You could even ride a mix and have like a nice long mix where this hi-hat and beat is sneaking in. And then the main track is here, and then this drop. Okay, cool. Structure is working, sounds are working. Let's go out a little bit. Cut the hi-hat right here. Boom. 439, cut out this little hi-hat and just let us have the synth. Okay, I heard how you sent the hi-hat into the reverb more, and it was cool. And it's back, yeah. This melody is cool. Whoa. Yes, Matt Schultz gets the dub chords. Really good sound design in here. Maybe a little bit too much high frequency up here. Some of those melody notes, like 1.6 kilohertz, can feel kind of sharp. So I might put in some tight notch EQs on this new melody. And bringing it in right here, yeah. Here come those chords, this is great. Cool, man. Nice groove. We're in the pocket the whole time. I don't know if you know that phrase, in the pocket. It's like when you're in the groove and you're just like sitting back in it. And I hate to skip out on tracks, but 7 minutes is a long time. The track is not too long. It's a perfect length for the track. But when we have a lot of feedback tracks to do, sometimes I go to just the transitions. So here's the mix out. Yes, yes. We have some really good acid producers in here. Oh, I forgot. Wait. So it's like 125 or 126. That sounds great. So I gave you a couple of notes, a few little EQ spots, cutting out the hi-hat in that one little place. And I guess you could leave the intro percussion the way you want if you're planning to mix it in on with something else. So those are my comments. Good job, good job. Do you want feedback on Cambodia? Let's just take a quick little tour where we are with this one. Check change log. Nice drop. Okay. I like the feel. Now we're cooking some dubs. Matt. Yes. There we go. Nice sub, right? That sub is probably a little too big. Because even in headphones, I'm like, wow. So it's in the right groove. So you change the kick. Let's go back to... I'm not sure if the kick has a click on the top high frequencies of the kick drum. But so far that kick drum sound is working. Before the sub comes in, right? And there's a doo. Okay, and then and there was a melody sound coming in a minute. That one. Bap, bap, bap. That sounds a bit sharp to me. Okay. I'm hearing that as the melody note, and it sounds like it should be more like there. That note feels like it's just too, it's not like off pitch, it's in the key, but I could hear it a minor third lower, so instead of a B flat, play it on a G. Does anybody else agree on that, or what do you feel? Okay. Good breakdown. I'm glad that melody thing stopped. Ah, that's a good sound. Matt, great note on that sub. Make it about the same level or a bit lower volume than the kick drum. Totally agree. This is in the groove right here. It does feel like a different track from last time. Nice double bumps sitting at 120. I love it. This is going to be super playable. A couple of mixed notes. So you wanted to use this sound to edge things. It makes sense and it's not totally wrong. I feel as an opinion, I wouldn't do it the same way. That's good there that it was in and then it stopped. So just don't overuse that sound because it'll get annoying if we hear it too much. No, that one's definitely no. No. I'm sorry, that's not right. That does not feel right. Yeah, the second time when it went up like an octave, that was like too much pushing it. This melody is great. Wow, 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 wow. I like the groove too. There's like the combination of synths give it this like ticka 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 ticka. Really good rhythmic elements coming together. Ah, Matt Schultz wants a remix. I'm digging the groove. Let's skip forward. Main things here are that the sub bass has to come down and get the kick and the sub as a unit working together really tightly so they can both feel loud and deep, and then minimize that feeling of wanting to tweak the melody because that high melody is... All those super high melodies are taking away the vibe of the really interesting inner chords. Wow, wow. So I know from your other tracks you have some really cool electronic gear and you like the bleepy sounds and the tweaking ones. And this is that thing where as you yourself as a producer, you like the sounds that you enjoy the most, but other people can just hear them as like, I'm not ready for that. You know, it's like for this style of track, this is a deep smoked out track and too much of the high bleeps are going to take people kind of over the edge and be like, ow, I wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean? So that's what I have to say about that. It's great. That's going to be an awesome track. I really want to see that come done. And what are we doing here? Is this a master check? Got my EQs flat. This is buzzy. Where's Shepherd's? Yeah, that's what I want to know. What's wrong with these people? So this is version 2 of the master, like master version 2? Oh, DJ Waters. Ed, we needed you earlier for a breakbeat track on the first one we played. For getting some more high frequencies on this like distorted type of amen drum break kind of thing. So really glad you're getting more active in the group, man. You got some great input on that style. Okay, Jens, thank you. This is the master. I'm glad you said that because it sounds really good and I feel like I might not have a lot of comments. Yeah. I like that, what is that, like a crystallizer kind of a sound? Yes, open up that filter. Oh shit, going up. Well, I guess that melody is the thing I would comment on. It seems louder than the rest of the track by a good amount. And right there, 1.23K. Maybe I'm getting to know your style and you like those loud melodies coming through as a... Ooh. Yeah. I think that one sound, that's the only thing I notice as something I might change, is to bring that level down a little bit. Beats are good, all the bass, mid-range, all that kind of feels good. Yeah, it's too sharp, not musically sharp in terms of pitch, but just frequency sharp, as like your ears are like, it's a little bit too much like, it's a little bit too much of a loudness at that frequency range. Oh, I like that kick drum right here. Boom, boom, boom. Like right here. I'm ready to turn this kick drum up nice and loud, right? But that one lead sound is kind of preventing me from turning up the kick drum, because if I turn it up louder, I have too much of the synth and not enough kick drum. Yow, no. And it's almost like I'm not telling you to turn the melody down. I just want some room where I can turn the low end up. I can turn my volume up on whatever I'm listening to, turn up the amp, get more of the heavy, deep bottom, and not get blasted with the screechiness of the upper melody line. So if that's consistent across all your tracks, you might want to just be aware when you're programming melodies and mixing that even if you like it and you think it's awesome and you think it's a cool sound, for the general listeners, they might have a problem with that frequency with melodies poking up so much. Now, if you're at a modular synth event and everybody there is like, oh, that's awesome, and you're cranking it, then, go crazy and have fun with it. So you got to know your audience for sure all the time. Is anybody else here who has to leave early? It's 1 o'clock. We did a little DJ Waters. We got some Growing Out of Minimal, Ben, and Mindbender. Let's do Oliver first, because we did a bunch of Mindbender already. And this track sounded amazing already, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to help. Or Jens, you know what? You could have a monitor issue. If your tweeters were like a little bit roasted in your monitors, you might not actually be hearing that high frequency the same way in your studio. Or if your room has some kind of acoustic thing going on, you might be hearing a really nice mix, but you're exporting stuff with a boost in the mid-range because something is dipped out in your listening environment. So, that could be a part of it too. That sound is so clear. Let me go back to that one sound. So watch this. This is a great illustration. Here we have the low end. The track is nice and loud. The bass is deep. Watch where this sound comes in. It's pretty much at the same frequency range we were just listening to with Jens' tracks, or with the Enora tracks, but it just was not so loud. So it was like it could come and go and it was like a visitor, and then it's out of the way, and the low end is still nice and big. What a vibe with these synths. All right, see you later. That was really interesting that the ARP slowed down. This is a total Sunrise track. Yes, right here. I think the ARP melody could be a little louder. That could be a little louder. This feels like it could be on Nomadism. Very earthy. It has that like peaceful deep. There we go. Low end is beautiful too. Kick drum centered around 45. Bass line. Down to 80 hertz. In its own zone. My ears are smiling. Yeah, this is great. Oh wow, that filter sweep. It just got so bright. Did you hear that? Hold on. That was a really nice filter sweep. Shepherd is his best track so far. That's... could be. Now we got some high frequency bells. Shut up. I'm surprised. I was waiting at 440. Oh, there it is. I was waiting for the double bumps at 440 and we didn't get them. And then they came right away after that. So here we go. He's so tricky. He's so tricky. Can we put this on the house compilation for Mix a Texture Records? This is a heavy hitter. Deep, energetic, like peaceful, beautiful. You could fly your drone over the jungle. And it's really simple. I mean, it's rolling along. 5 minutes. I didn't get bored. I didn't want anything to change timing. It's just like a nice, even sequence of moments that lead you through the track with simplicity. You know, not too many elements, but things are coming and going and changing. Yeah, OSB definitely has fantastic tracks. We got some followers. And we're coming in for a landing at the Mix Out. You're listening to Track Feedback on Mixotexture YouTube channel. Don't forget to tip your bartender. And the Mix Out. Nice reverb on that effect. And filtering it down. What a cool track. That one is just getting some straight claps because did I have even one comment? I don't think I had even one comment to improve. Oliver, get that mastered and let us know if you can. I don't know if you have a label to put that out in already or if it's available for us to publish with the Mixotexture label. By the way, I want to say a special super thank you to everybody who's helping me A, promote, B, learn how to promote better, C, making graphics and videos for our crew. It's amazing when you feel the energy of a bunch of people coming together to get a project done. I'm talking about the Techno Volume 1 release, which is coming out June 24th. We're at the stage of pushing Square Graphics, and I got some artist bios and photos ready to go out, some preview videos that I'm scheduling to go out, and it's just making some excitement about the release. So I'm really looking forward to that. And thanks to everybody who's helping along the way. There's some back-end admin stuff with Bandcamp and contracts and stuff that I'll send you guys to sign that will be made clear in writing so everybody knows what's going on. And let me hang on with DJ Waters. Let's play Ben Hunt because we didn't do any Ben Hunt yet. And this one, and then that'll go through into the ending of the show today. Okay. Making weird sounds. And let me check the change log on You're Good. Okay, a couple mixed notes. Nice sounds. That's that bend sound, yeah. Yes. Awesome. I don't know, do you guys think that open hi-hat could be a little bit louder? Let me try some high shelf. I don't know if that might be a SoundCloud playback thing, but I could use a little more high shelf lift on the whole percussion, the snare and the hi-hats. Oh, really? Ben is doing a 5-track release on When Disco Goes Wrong. That's a good fit. I think his sound is good for the style of that label. That's nice to hear. Okay, these beeps are different. Let's hear these. Ed is looking for some more low end. So maybe for mastering, we can get some more low end and a little bit of crispy highs. I'll try that with the EQ and the bass drops. Okay, coming in with some low shelf at 60 hertz. So that's a good +3 at 60 hertz and then 12K. Just get it snapping, which is a pretty common thing you would encounter in a mastering session, is just identify like, hey, we want a little more bottom, a little more top. So Ben, this is not something you need to worry about in your production level. Oh, Ed, wow, 20K. That's pretty high. I'm doing that with an analog mixer at 12K. Yeah, my shelves are at 12 kilohertz and then 60 hertz. The flow of this track is cool. The sounds are good. Feels nice and deep, you know? Yes. Crush. And the Ben Hunt flanger. I love it. Over the last, 6 months or a year, we've really been hearing Ben Hunt coming to identify the elements of his style that are always really good. That kick is landing at about 55, so A. And again, we have a melody right around the mid-range area. And those beeps are really easy to listen to. They're present, you can feel them in the mids and hear them, but it's not like, you know, it's just. Dude, Ben, I think this is done, man. I think this is ready for mastering. Oh, Ed, you could use a sub complementing the kick. Do you mean like in between the kick notes or like actually layering with the kick? I would put a sub like that. All right, Sheppers, see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. And there we go. Okay, I'm bringing the EQ back to flat. And let's see how we get out of this one. I like the high frequency, the part of the kick drum with a ping. Ping, ping. It reminds me of a specific sound of bouncing a rubber ball on a cement floor where you have that ping, not like a basketball or like a thin ball where you can hear the sound pinging inside the ball. They had these toys, when I was a kid, they had these toys that we would, you'd see them at like the grocery store or something. And it was a rubber ball like this big. It was really thin, so they were easy to pop them. But when you bounce them, and they were very lightweight, so if you threw it at a little kid, it would just bounce off and not hurt the kid. And because they were lightweight, you could, I don't know what it was, but they made this ping sound. So when you bounce them on the ground on a flat cement hard floor, you would hear the ball moving and a little ping bouncing on the inside of the frame or the inside of the surface, like the skin of the thing, of the rubber. And it sounded like that ping, ping. So that's the sound I remember that I hear from this kick drum. Oh, DJ Waters, the kick drum in the car is not coming through. Well, then, damn it, we need some more kick drum because that's clearly, I'm not being sarcastic. If you're noticing that and a couple other people are saying, yeah, more kick, or more lows, then I guess the mix needs some treatment. But you know, with that spectrum, I mean, with what we're seeing here and what I'm hearing, there is definitely a nice big kick at 55 hertz. So that could be a situation of maybe EQing up something higher like 110 hertz in that kick drum sound to get an upper resonant area that's going to thump on smaller speakers or other sound systems. So, okay. And Ben, that's great news to hear you got an EP coming out with Morton on the label, When Disco Goes Wrong, which is such a cool name. So now it's time for the car test. Oh, Morton, you got to sample that. You know what kind of sound I'm talking about? That little rubber ball. If I can find one in the store right now, I'll record it for you because I think they're probably out there at this time of year, summertime. most definitely buy that pack. It'd be like the ping pack. Ding, ding. All right, the body of the kick is good. Needs some sub. Hoop it up. Get the whoomp de oomp. And here we go with Den remix.
Hi, welcome to Huntington. Oh, wow.
That is not the remix. That's a 28-second SoundCloud ad. So let me tell you what's going on with this Mixotexture project. So I started teaching Ableton production techniques on Tuesdays and Thursdays because during track feedback, like right now, we are talking about frequencies and hertz and EQing and layering sounds. And for the people who are newer to production, you might not know how to do what we're talking about or where to find it inside Live. Of course, you can understand when you hear something and we talk about the low end and we boost it up with EQ. I'm sure you can hear what we're talking about, but if you want to actually be able to do it on your own and diagnose these problems and get the solutions with your EQs, what you can do is check out this course called How to EQ Your Tracks, where you can pick up the audio engineering knowledge that you might have missed. I talk about the frequency range, the types of EQ, how they work, where to use them, when to use them, why to use them, how to identify problems that you solve with EQ so that basically you don't waste time, you don't get frustrated, and you do make your tracks sound big and crisp and clean and professional. So this is the course. It's called How to EQ Your Tracks, and I'm offering 50% discount right now with a little coupon code that I'll zap into the chat. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm doing live streams to go along with track feedback where I'm teaching you how to do these techniques. Literally in my own tracks, I open up a session, show you the sounds, I undo all my effects and show you the problem with the sounds, and then I turn the EQs back on and show you how I fix those problems with EQs and filters to make the track sound good. So that's what it's all about. We're doing the next one tomorrow at noon. But if you have missed something about working with frequencies in EQ, this is the course for you. And it's right now available for 50% off at Mixotexture. And when I start this next track, I'll go to the chat and type in the link with the coupon code so you can grab it, save 50%, get in the course, learn to EQ, get some help on live streams, and get some support in Discord with your mixes. That's my speech, and I'm sticking to it. Here we go. Crazy. I like this intro. Perfect. I did not touch the master fader. The track came in and landed right there. Look at that bass. Boom, boom. What's the tempo? 126. Like 125, I was close. I was guessing the tempo. Now I'm going to push up the volume a little bit. Okay, DJ Waters, that sound is a clap. We like those. I can't stop having fun with this guy. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and did you hear how that hi-hat came in underneath the crash? Hold on a second. Did that hi-hat fade up? That was like secret, like a little hi-hat later. That was cool. Okay, we got 8 minutes, so I might have to fast forward a little bit. This is sounding really good. the DJ Waters ear candy for sure. Oh, Ed, thank you. Kick frequency chart on the Discord production channel. And I just popped our Mixotexture Discord into the YouTube chat for anybody watching the replay. Click the link. Yeah, this is a slow build. Morton, a bit too slow. It's 8 minutes. I get what you're saying, right? It feels like a super long intro in a way. But for the forest psytrance parties, that groove can go, tracks can go along, and that could be the right structure for that setting. So for a different audience, maybe it's not too slow. I don't know. Ed, good comment. Okay, so that's a sub to complement the kick. Matt Schultz, you're out. Bye. Great sound. Matt, send us more pictures of your interesting food cooking experiments. Those are always, I like what you're, how you show that stuff. Is there some pitch shift happening here? Yeah, there we go with the vocal. All right, the mix is beautiful, and it's a long, slow burner of a track. So I'm thinking for what Piv listens to in that kind of world, probably the structure and the song form are right in line. Nice, long, and deep. Like the psytrance world has long tracks, and they go deep. So let's skip up a bit. I'm not sure what else they're planning to do on this, honestly. Waters. No. Stop. Definitely DJ friendly. Morton, counter melody is what you miss. Making sense. 125 BPM. Okay, let's move on to some more stuff. That is sounding so good. Also, that's already playable and is going to end up on the Grown Out of Minimal compilation at probably in September, so autumn. Ed, sounds like a minimal techno track. Yeah, it does have that, like the 125 BPM, kick and hi-hat kind of like simplicity. And then some of the sound design and phrasing is definitely in the psytrance world. Really nice production, very clean. That's what I like about it. So, Soloist version 1. Now we're going to get into I don't actually know what. Rumble Tech. This already feels like another one where there's something in the 253 area. Let me just check this right here. So I was doing a cut and boost somewhere around 300 hertz in the rumble section of the layering that could come out so it's not as much like woof, woof, woof. If that sound makes sense. Yes. Gonna check in mono. Stereo. Hey, good point. Okay, take out the resonant build-up in the low mids of the sub and let the kick reside in there. I like that vocal sound a lot. And how do we get to the breakdown? That new clap is a little tiny bit late. Coulda. I think that could get tightened up. And I could hear that vocal a little bit louder. And Mindbender said maybe bring the snare and the clap down a little bit. Yeah. All right, so let's leave it there with the comments. I know that's version 1 and it's brand new, and Ian is a madman for working on tracks and updates. So I'm guessing we'll hear version 2 pretty soon. Now, Mindbender edit. Oh, awesome. And let's see what the notes are on this one. Okay, so this is like a disco edit, like a version to play live, possibly not completely publishable, able to be published. And we got 9 minutes, right? All right, so far so good. I like the high frequencies in this one. That shuffle is really crisp, right? You can even see it up there. not really sure how much this is going to change, so I want to explore here. Just go through and take a couple little, like, visit a few little pieces of it. Okay, we got the ride. Okay, 2 parts, thanks. Kind of a break thing, all right. This feels like a long time to have a lot of mid-range without a kick drum. Oh my god, going to the breaks. Wow, this is madness, man. Wow. Ooh, right here. Yeah, I like this part. That break. That one snare at 616. That one snare could come down just a little bit. Going up. That's good change. Nice resonator. I'm imagining if I was at a show hearing all this, I'd be like, wow. How did you do that vocal? Is that a sample or is that vocoding something or? Oh, I wonder if YouTube is going to give me a little stream notice about this one. People are definitely going to come with you if you play this live. They'll be dancing with you. Do we drop back in? Ed, you're dropping some knowledge in there, dude. Mid-side on the snare and tame the mids. So right here, you're just mixing in another record, basically, and yeah. I think this part is my favorite. And I like the change right here. That vocal entrance is really nice and clean. The beginning is cool. I can see how this, so this is like a transition piece where you're coming out of this like acid section and then switching it up. So here we are, like 4 minutes. We get some breaks. So there's like a good solid minute and a half with no kick drum, a long break where we're transitioning out of the 4/4 into the breaks pattern, which is cool. Possibly, it could get kind of mid-rangey on the sound system with all that cymbal and snare and like buzz for a long time without lows. So when you get to here, yeah. Around 6:30, it's nice to get a rest where we can have like some more bass and sub feeling. Meow. Oh, that one was a little screechy. Yeah, watch those highs on that super resonant filter. I'm sure you know about that. So cool, man. I hope we don't get a copyright strike on anything. DJ Water is gonna grab comments later. About to lose signal. I think you lost signal long ago. No, you're connected to another place. It's special. I'm only joking. We love having you around, and thanks. So, yeah, Morton, let us know what this turns into. It's an interesting live set kind of a vibe, and I dig it, and the sounds and everything. Good energy, and I'm sure it fits with your audience. So, last one for today. Oh, Ed, your track had I pulled it up from the breakbeat section and it said private or like track not found. So let me see. When you drop your SoundCloud links, please make sure they're set to public so that we can get them and play them and hear them and rub up on them. But it's almost the end of today, so we could play it Saturday. Okay, Rev 4 remake. What is Stoned Tuesday? Well, I mean, it's like Wednesday, but who knows what happened yesterday. Check the notes on this. Okay. All right, Ed, I think I got your link. And Morton, this sounds great. I'm digging the sound. Okay, Ed, we're gonna do your track next. Got that shit. There's a little, Morton, there's a little shuffle in here that I really like. That thing? It's a great sound. 3 minutes, totally in it. That, super in the vibe. Yeah, I want to know too, is that a picture of your lab or what? This feels 80s kind of here. With that big synth. That sounds like a Van Halen synth. Something that Van Halen would use. Oliver, you're here. Your track was amazing. Everybody was like saying it was the favorite one they ever heard from you. So, Martin, I don't know if this is, I wouldn't put it as dub techno because it's kind of fast, like at 130, but the vibe is super nice and deep, like the way I feel about dub techno. Like the stuff that Matt is making down to 115 or 110 is really slowed down. This is a much more energetic kind of a vibe, but the sounds you're choosing and the way you're layering it has that spaciness of like the big empty kind of feeling, which I think is working really well. Oh really, JX 8-piece strings, very much Van Halen. Like on like Panama or something. I like everything about this track. Nice smooth bass line, couple samples, steady. Could you take a suggestion to slow this down below 130 BPM? Oh, where are we here? Okay, so I guess I didn't tap it right the first time. 127. This little melody synth is very cool. Deep. Started quite minimal, kept adding layers. That's what happens. And the dusty crackle at the end is a nice touch. I don't always like the way Ableton averages out the tapping if you start and stop. So that high frequency little synth thing is super cool. Really full, like the mids are very full. You know what I'm feeling is that like overall the mid-range, by the time it gets to the middle, the mids have stacked up so much that the kick is not very, it's not hitting as hard as it was. Let's see what happens when it drops back in. I mean, you can feel the bass line and you know the kick drum is there. You can hear it. But here, check out how this kick feels right now before anything else. Every hit, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then when we get here, wait, let me measure my fader position to make this fair. Okay, now I'm gonna skip right out to here. At the same broadcast level or the same fader position, later on in the track, it feels like the kick has gotten kind of pushed down by all the synths stacking up, which could be, I don't know if you did a rough mastering with some compression on the master channel or something like that, but I don't feel like that individual relationship with each kick drum like at the beginning. And then at the end again, check that out. That kick is like every one of those hits is like coming right inside. And that sub. So that might be something about pulling your bass line down or just watching out that you don't squish your whole master channel to get the kick like reduced by everything else that's coming up. That's my opinion. Let me know if I'm crazy or if I'm saying something that makes sense. That's my only observation is that about the kick. And overall, it's still completely playable, and people are going to like that. And I like that vibe, too, that it's not as much of the aggressive acid filtering, like, more of like a subdued background thing. And super playable, so I would dig that. Let's check out what Ed has been up to. Got my EQs flat, stereo mix. What do you guys talking about, the Ableton's? Yeah. This is nice and bright. Coming down to 54, 52 hertz. Oh, good. I'm glad you answered that. Heavy compression on the master. Yeah, that's the result I feel is like you lose those individual kick drums when too many things stack up in the master. Look at this low end, dude. It's getting grimy. Oh my God. So we're coming in at like 170. Nice chops. So John, AFL, listen to this guy when you're working on your drum and bass beats. Oh my God, that's nice. Perfect. That's such a good example of how to create variation with DNB. Some of that was a little bit too loud compared to what's going on now. Okay, this is a rough mix, right? Yeah. It's pretty damn good for a rough mix. Ah. That last section of breaks. Like the high frequencies on those alternate breaks are coming in a little bit loud. It's like if you're throwing the crossfader back and forth and the other record is like a little too loud. Awesome. These variations are amazing, man. Wait. Okay. Okay, right here. That synth. That synth is amazing. Would it be possible to have that synth continue when you totally change all the breaks and everything? Because it sounds like, you know, when you're mixing records and you're going and you're like throwing it back and forth to put little breaks halfway in on a track. Would you be able to keep that synth in during this section when the alternate breaks are happening so that synth is like a continuous thing and then the breaks are going like variations? Right there. Something like that. I was just playing that on the keyboard. Because that synth part is a really cool little like upper melody area where nothing else is going on. Beats are freaking tough, man. That filter sweep could be a little louder. You've been putting in some heavy production time on those alternate beats and chops and slices and variations. Sounds really good. Best for last, right? Oh my god, yeah. Where's DJ Waters? He would love this stuff. A little bit of chaos, keeping it going steady. Do you listen to Calyx? This reminds me of some Calyx kind of tracks. Oh, I love it, I love it. Slasher. Yes. Scientific wax. All right. It's amazing, man. It's like a full onslaught of breakbeats coming at your head. A lot of the sections have you know, you're gonna probably go through and do some more detailed EQing so that you can change through all the beats like fluidly, and none of them feel like they're different volumes, but it feels like they're getting your attention. You know what I mean? I guess they can feel louder, but they don't feel like ear-piercing louder. Nah, I'm not done with this. I want some more. That synth. Whatever that sound is or that synth layer could be a little bit like, if it could be like, have a reverb on it that's, I'm trying to say bigger. So maybe put a reverb on it so it hangs in the air and surrounds the beats a little bit more. So like the atmospheric layer is like, ooh, kind of hanging around in the stereo field, and then the beats are like super cracking in the middle. It's so fun to listen to. So John, the producer AFL, please watch this replay and check out this stream, because when it comes to making drum and bass, you basically cannot get too technical. And the more you chop it up and put little switchy variations, the more people are going to be like, oh my God. So Ed, this is amazing. I'm wondering what you're going to teach on your workshop with E.T. from the project In Place of War. I think that's super cool you connected with her, and she's really like, I think she's a global leader in putting out the message about music education, connecting people. I've seen her working with a lot of different people in a lot of different places. So she's a good person to get connected with. And for everybody else, remember you can check in at courses.mixdetecture.com, not only to learn how to EQ, but I have a great course on basic mixing where you actually learn by doing hands-on lessons inside live. Most people are teaching on YouTube, like me, but when you really want to learn stuff, the best way is to learn by doing it. And I put together these project packs, or session lessons, where you actually download a whole Ableton project and learn by doing activities with mixing, groups and effects, gain staging, buses, all that kind of thing that you can explore and find on the Mixitexture member site at courses.mixitexture.com. And if you're just getting started and you're not ready to jump in and buy a course, check out the free presets, sign up here, that'll get your free account started. And you can download my custom effects racks with macro mappings and all kinds of devices that I use for mixing, effects, vocal processing, stereo channel, all kinds of things like that. Come on in, sign up, it's totally free, and you can download some stuff for Ableton. That's what it's all about. Thanks everybody for watching, and Ed, thank you very much for getting this link in so we could grab it. This is the heaviest drum and bass we've heard in a while. And what day is it? It's Wednesday. So tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going to do another live stream at noon, talk about EQing and filtering in, I think I might do stereo drums tomorrow and show you basically what do I do on my individual drum sounds? Why do I put them into a stereo group? How do I EQ the stereo group as a unit together? And that would really apply to what's happening here with these kinds of chopped up beats like we get right now. And I have a hard time pressing stop on the, on the tracks. I love that. Bow, 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 the slow ones. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. And if you have any questions, you can find me, steve@mixitexture.com, or in the Discord channel. And that's it for today.